The reason that you find more French-English bilingualism in other parts of the country is that both communities are there in larger forces, and so they can build off one another. Years ago, when I was foreign minister and had access to a very large reception area, Canadian Parents for French came to Ottawa, and their president was a woman from Edson, Alberta, who was my constituent, and in fact was my constituency association president. And so we had the reception up on the big balcony in External Affairs, and I walked around. What I noticed was not regional. What I noticed was that there was a disproportionate number of parents for French who had come to Canada with a second language. French was their third or their fourth or their fifth. And they came from all over the place. Disproportionately, they came from more remote places. And I think that we grew up, most of us, in a world that sort of spoke one dominant language, and we learned that language. Lots of the world grows up in places where lots of languages are spoken. Lord knows we have access to them now. There's nobody who can flick a switch who doesn't have access to programming or music or something else in a variety of languages. There are Berlitz schools all over the place, if you're interested in that. And ESL schools, English as a second language schools. So I think we are becoming, I think among the transformations in Canada is that we are becoming a country more naturally disposed towards multiple languages. And a challenge will be, the question will be asked, well, why not Chinese? Why French? And the answer to that is, do both. But you're asking that question? We live in a country that has two official languages for good historic reasons. That's how we started. That's how our institutions were framed. Don't stop there, but include that in your menu of languages. And what an asset we have over the U.S. Because we have built into our culture and law an approval of learning two languages. You know, they happen to be French and English, which creates a disposition to learn and to respect other languages.